There are nights when the world feels too loud, when your thoughts race faster than your breath, and even the quiet of your room cannot silence the noise inside you. You lie there wondering why your heart feels heavy, why rest feels distant, and why peace seems like something everyone else can touch but you. Yet even in this moment, God is closer than the darkness around you. He is not asking you to be stronger. He is not demanding that you hold everything together. He simply whispers, softly and gently, "Be still and know that I am God." As you begin this sacred time tonight, let those words settle deep within your spirit. Stillness is not the absence of struggle. It is the presence of God. Stillness is where your heartbeat remembers who holds tomorrow. Stillness is where your soul stops striving long enough to feel the gentle hand of the one who formed you. Let this first moment be a release. Let the weight you've carried all day soften. Let the pressure you put on yourself loosen its grip. You don't have to fix everything. You don't have to solve every thought. You don't have to earn this rest. You are already held. Breathe slowly and feel the peace of God beginning to settle over you like a warm blanket. Every breath is an invitation. Every exhale is a letting go. And as your muscles soften, as your thoughts begin to quiet, as your chest loosens its tension, remind yourself gently, He is here. He is enough. Tonight is not about rushing. It is not about trying to be perfect. It is about resting in the presence of the God who never sleeps, who never abandons, and who never forgets the child He loves. As you listen to His word, allow each scripture to smooth the edges of your worry, to silence the anxious stories your mind creates, to remind you that peace is possible, even in the middle of everything you don't understand. Let this be your sacred moment, your time to breathe, to release, to be still. You are safe. You are seen. You are held by the God of peace. And in this quiet space, you will find the rest your soul has longed for. There are moments at night when the quiet becomes too loud, when the world feels distant and every shadow in the room seems to echo with loneliness. You may lie there, wondering if anyone truly understands what you're carrying, if anyone hears the thoughts you never say out loud, or sees the heaviness you hide behind your strength. But even when silence surrounds you, you are not alone. God is with you in ways deeper than sight, closer than breath, gentler than a whisper. His presence does not depend on your feelings. Even when you cannot sense Him, He is near, steady, watchful, attentive to every beat of your heart. Fear not, for I am with you. These words were not meant only for ancient times. They are for you, tonight, in this very moment, as real as the air you breathe. God steps into the quiet places where loneliness lingers. He is not far away, observing from a distance. He draws close, sits beside your tired thoughts, and wraps your heart in a warmth that human companionship can only imitate. The world may overlook your tears, but He counts every one. Others may misunderstand your silence, but He hears the prayer hidden inside it. You don't have to pretend with Him. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to be strong enough to feel connected. His presence reaches you without effort, without performance, without words. As you listen tonight, imagine His nearness settling over you like a comforting blanket. Let the tension in your chest loosen. Let the loneliness inside you exhale. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are seen by the one who formed your soul, and you are held by the one who walks through every valley beside you. Take a slow breath and let your heart rest. Whisper softly, "I am not alone," and feel the truth of it sink deeper with every breath. Allow God's promise to steady you. Allow His nearness to quiet the ache. Tonight, you are surrounded by His presence, embraced by His love, and guided into a peace that loneliness cannot break. You are not alone. Not now. Not tonight. Not ever. There are days when the weight you carry never seems to lift. Days when responsibilities stack higher than your strength. When emotions sit heavily on your chest. And when the world expects more from you than your heart has left to give. You may move through the day smiling, working, trying, but inside, your soul feels tired in ways you can't explain. And yet Jesus looks at you, not with disappointment, not with pressure, but with compassion. He doesn't demand that you be stronger. He doesn't tell you to carry it better. He simply says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened." His invitation is not a command. It's a place of refuge. Tonight, let that refuge be your resting place. Take a slow breath and feel the weight you've held for too long, the worries you've tucked away, the fears you never admitted, the guilt you've carried silently, the pressure to be everything for everyone. You don't have to hold them anymore. Bring them to Jesus. The ones too heavy to name, the ones you don't know how to fix, the ones that whisper to you when the world grows quiet. He is not overwhelmed by your exhaustion. He is not surprised by your struggle. He has seen every moment when you pushed through pain just to keep going. And He whispers gently, "Let it fall. Let it rest here. Let me carry what you cannot." As you breathe out, imagine releasing the burden you've kept hidden from everyone else. The tightness in your shoulders, the tension in your chest, the thoughts that loop in your mind. Let them fall one by one. You don't need to earn His help. You don't need to explain why you're tired. You only need to come. Feel the relief of surrender. Not failure, but freedom. The kind of freedom that comes when you stop fighting alone and allow the one who loves you to lift what has been crushing your spirit. Tonight, let His voice soften the noise inside you. Let His peace settle like gentle rain over the places that ache. With every breath, whisper, "I surrender this to you," and feel the weight begin to fade. You are not meant to carry everything. You are meant to rest in the arms of the one who carries you. There are nights when your heart feels more fragile than you want to admit, when even the smallest thought feels heavy, and your strength seems to fade faster than your breath can keep up. You may look at yourself and wonder why you're not stronger, why emotions hit harder than they should, why your spirit feels thin and stretched. But God does not see weakness the way you do. He does not look at your trembling moments with disappointment. He looks at them with compassion. He whispers a truth deeper than your fear. "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." His strength does not arrive when you feel capable. It arrives when you feel empty. It doesn't demand perfection. It fills the cracks left by exhaustion. When your heart is weary, He does not step back. He steps closer. He gathers the pieces you can't hold, the emotions you don't know how to process, the questions you're afraid to ask. Tonight, you don't have to pretend to be strong. You don't have to put on a brave face for God. You can crumble in His presence and still be held. You can feel overwhelmed and still be loved. You can fall apart and still be safe. His grace is not a reward for the strong. It is the place where the weak are embraced. Let your weakness soften under His presence. Let your breath slow. Let your shoulders release the tension they've carried all day. Let the worries that keep circling in your mind begin to fade at the sound of His promise. You are not flawed for feeling weak. You are human, and God's strength was always meant to meet you in these tender spaces. With each inhale, imagine His grace filling the places that feel empty. Quietly, patiently, completely. With each exhale, release the belief that you must hold everything together on your own. You don't. You never did. You were never meant to. Whisper gently, Your grace is enough for me. And let those words cover your heart like a blanket. Tonight, rest not in your strength, but in His. Rest in the truth that you are fully seen, fully known, and fully held by a God whose power shines brightest in your weakest hour. Peace that guards you. There is a kind of peace the world cannot offer, a peace untouched by circumstances, a peace that does not rise and fall with your emotions, a peace strong enough to guard your heart even in the darkest hours of the night. God calls it His peace, a peace that goes beyond understanding, a peace that stands watch when your mind feels vulnerable and your thoughts begin to wander into worry. And the peace of God will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. These words are not poetry. They are a promise, a shield, a covering. Tonight, imagine that peace surrounding you like a gentle fortress. Not walls that confine, but walls that protect. You don't have to fight every anxious thought. You don't have to chase away every fear. Let God's peace do the guarding for you. When your mind begins to race through what-ifs and unfinished tasks, let His peace whisper through the chaos. When your heart feels restless from the weight of the day, let His peace settle over you like a warm, steady hand. His peace is not easily shaken. It does not crack under pressure. It does not fade when life becomes unpredictable. It holds firm, quietly defending you from the thoughts that try to steal your rest. Let the storms inside you begin to soften. Let the noise in your mind slowly fade. With every breath, feel His presence becoming your shield, gentle, constant, protective. You are not unguarded. You are not exposed. You are wrapped in a peace stronger than the worries attempting to rise against you. Tonight, release the need to stay alert for every threat. Release the tension in your chest. Release the pressure to prepare for every possible outcome. Rest in the truth that God Himself stands watch over your heart. Breathe deeply and whisper, "Your peace guards me," allowing the words to relax every tight place inside you. Feel the atmosphere around you quiet. Feel your thoughts soften. Feel the weight lift. God is not only giving you peace, He is your peace. And as you settle into this night, His peace will guard your heart, hold your mind, and guide you gently into the rest your soul has longed for. Strength for tomorrow. There are nights when tomorrow feels heavier than today, when the thought of another sunrise brings more worry than hope. You may lie awake, wondering how you will face the responsibilities waiting for you, how you will handle the conversations, the unknowns, the challenges that seem bigger than your strength. But before you step into tomorrow, God speaks a promise meant to settle your heart. Be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God goes with you. You are not walking into a new day alone. God is already there, before the clock turns, before your feet touch the floor, before your mind begins to race. He goes ahead to prepare the way. He stays beside you to steady your spirit. He stands behind you to strengthen the places where courage feels thin. Tonight, let that truth ease the tension in your body. You do not need to create your own strength. You do not need to gather courage from empty places. God supplies what you lack. He fills what feels hollow. He reinforces what feels fragile. Take a slow breath and imagine His presence surrounding your tomorrow, like gentle light breaking through morning clouds. Imagine His hand guiding you through decisions you fear, conversations you dread, tasks that feel overwhelming. You are not entering the unknown alone. God goes with you, not as a distant observer, but as a close companion who understands every detail of your life. Let your shoulders relax as you release the pressure to have everything figured out. Let your chest loosen as you release the belief that you must face tomorrow on your own strength. Let your thoughts soften as you remember that God is already working in places you haven't yet stepped into. Whisper softly, You go with me, Lord. And feel that truth sink deeper with every slow breath. Tomorrow does not have to scare you. It does not have to drain you before it arrives. You are held by the one who commands the morning, who strengthens the weary, who gives courage to hearts that tremble. Rest tonight in the peace of knowing that whatever tomorrow holds, God holds you. And His strength will be enough, not just for the day ahead, but for every step you take. When you need healing, there are wounds that time alone cannot heal, quiet places inside you that ache even when your face shows a smile, memories that surface when the world grows quiet, emotions too tender to name. Some pain does not shout, it whispers. Some sorrow does not break you, it lingers, settling in the corners of your heart where no one else can see. But God sees. He notices the hidden bruises, the tired places, the fragile thoughts you've carried for far too long. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. These words are not distant comfort. They are God's promise to your deepest hurt. Healing may not come quickly. It may not look the way you expect, but healing always comes gently. God does not rush your process or pressure you to be farther along than you are. He moves at the pace of compassion. Tonight, imagine Him sitting beside the parts of you that ache, not pushing, not demanding, simply being near. His presence is a balm. His love is a bandage. His gentleness reaches places you've tried to hide, places you thought were too broken, too sensitive, or too old to ever be mended. You don't have to pretend that you are okay. You don't have to minimize your pain or explain why you still hurt. God honors every tear, every tremble, every longing for relief. Healing is not about forgetting. It's about being held. It's about letting God touch what life has damaged and trusting that His hands are steady enough to restore you. Breathe slowly as you invite Him into the places that feel raw. With every exhale, release a little of the heaviness you've carried alone. With every inhale, receive the quiet comfort He offers. Comfort that doesn't erase your story, but rewrites it with grace. Tonight, whisper gently, "Heal me, Lord," and let that become your prayer and your permission. Permission for God to mend what has been torn. Permission to rest while He works. Permission to believe that your heart is not too broken for His touch. Let His healing presence move slowly over your spirit, like a warm light, softening the darkness. You are not beyond repair. You are not forgotten in your pain. You are held by the one who binds wounds, not hurriedly, but lovingly, and who promises that one day the hurt will no longer hurt the same way. Tonight, let healing begin. Hope in the dark. There are moments in life when darkness feels closer than light, when uncertainty stretches out in front of you, like a road with no clear destination. You may try to look ahead, searching for answers, longing for clarity, hoping for a glimpse of what comes next. But darkness can make every step feel heavy, every choice feel risky, and every breath feel unsure. And yet, even in the dimmest moments, God has never asked you to walk alone. His word becomes a lamp, not a blinding spotlight, not a map revealing every mile, but a soft, steady glow that guides you one gentle step at a time. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. This verse is not a promise of instant clarity, but a promise of continual guidance. God's light may not show the entire road, but it will always show you where to place your next foot. Tonight, let that truth ease the pressure you've been carrying. You don't need to know the whole future. You don't need to see 12 steps ahead. You only need enough light for right now, for this breath, this moment, this quiet space where God meets you. In the darkness, your fears may speak loudly, but God's light is louder, not in volume, but in certainty. His presence becomes the soft glow that steadies your breathing, calms your mind, and reminds your heart that you're not lost. You're being led. You're being kept. You're being guided with a love that knows every twist in your path long before you reach it. Take a slow breath and let the heaviness of uncertainty drift away. Imagine God's light surrounding your path. Not harsh, not blinding, but warm and gentle, like a lantern held by a loving hand. Whisper softly, "Your light is enough for me," and feel the truth of those words settle deep into your spirit. You don't need to conquer the dark. You don't need to force clarity where clarity is not ready to come. You simply need to walk with the one who never loses his way. Tonight, rest in the hope that God is lighting your next step, guiding your heart, and carrying you through the shadows. His light is enough. His presence is enough. And even in the dark, he is leading you toward a dawn you cannot yet see. But he already has prepared. God is your refuge. There are moments when fear feels closer than peace, when life presses in from all sides, and your heart begins to wonder where safety can be found. You may try to stay strong for others, try to hold yourself together, try to outrun the worries that chase you through the day and into the night. But God never asked you to face fear alone. He never asked you to be your own shelter. Instead, he offers himself as the refuge your soul longs for. He is my refuge and my fortress. These words from Psalm 91 are an invitation to breathe again, to loosen your shoulders, to stop running for just a moment and let his presence surround you. God is not far away, waiting for you to prove your worth before he protects you. He is near, closer than your breath, closer than your worries, closer than the fear whispering at the edges of your mind. His refuge is not made of stone, but of love, a love strong enough to shield you, gentle enough to calm you, and present enough to wrap around every trembling thought. Tonight, imagine resting inside his protection, like stepping beneath a strong, quiet shelter while a storm rages outside. You can hear the wind, but it cannot reach you. You can sense the darkness, but it cannot harm you. His refuge is steady. His refuge is constant. His refuge does not depend on your strength, but on his. Take a slow breath and let your worries begin to loosen their grip. You do not need to fight every thought. You do not need to outrun every fear. You can lay them down here, in the presence of the one who guards your heart more faithfully than anyone ever could. Whisper softly, "You are my refuge," and feel the truth settle deeper with each breath. Let God be the place where your spirit rests, where your mind unclenches, where your heart finds safety after a long day. In his presence, fear loses its voice. In his presence, anxiety loses its power. In his presence, you are sheltered, fully, gently, completely. Tonight, rest inside the refuge that has always been yours. Rest knowing that God is your fortress, your covering, your safe place in every storm. The God who sees you. There are nights when you feel unseen, when the weight of what you carry presses quietly on your chest, and no one around you truly knows how much effort it took just to make it through the day. You may feel like your kindness goes unnoticed, your sacrifices unappreciated, your quiet endurance unvalued. You may even wonder if anyone really understands the battles you fight in silence, those inner struggles, those hidden fears, those moments when your heart whispers for help, but your lips never speak it aloud. But God sees you more clearly than anyone ever has, more deeply than anyone ever could. You are the God who sees me. These ancient words, spoken in a lonely desert, still reach your heart tonight with the same tenderness, the same truth, the same power. God sees you, not from a distance, not as a passing observer, but with the intimate attention of a father who never looks away. He sees every tear you've wiped quickly so no one would notice. He sees the strength you gathered, even when you didn't feel strong. He sees the moments when you kept loving, even though you were tired. He sees the courage it took to get back up again after life knocked you down. Nothing about you is overlooked in his presence. Nothing about your story is forgotten. And nothing you carry tonight is hidden from his compassionate gaze. Let that truth soften your heartbeat. Let it loosen the tension in your shoulders. Let it ease the ache inside you that says you must prove your worth to be seen. You don't. You never did. You are already fully known, fully noticed, fully cherished. As you settle into this quiet moment, place your hand gently over your heart and whisper, "You see me, Lord," letting the words become a warm reminder flowing through your chest. You are not invisible in your pain. You are not forgotten in your fear. You are not lost in your loneliness. God is near, watching over you with the same loving attention he has had since the moment you were formed. Tonight, let yourself rest in the comfort of being fully seen, deeply known, and endlessly loved by the one who never overlooks you. Not for a single breath, not for a single moment. You are seen, and you are his. Rest from fear. There is something about the night that makes fears feel larger than they truly are. When the world grows quiet and distractions fade, the mind begins to wander into places you never intended to go. What if this happens? What if that goes wrong? What if tomorrow brings more than you can handle? Fear whispers in the shadows, feeding on uncertainty and amplifying the unknown. But into that darkness, God speaks a stronger word, a word that steadies your heart like a hand placed gently over your racing thoughts. Do not be afraid, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. You are not entering the night alone. You are not facing tomorrow unprotected. God's presence is not something you earn or chase. It is a promise he keeps. Tonight, imagine his nearness like a soft glow spreading through the room, calming the corners of your mind where fear has tried to hide. His presence is not loud, but it is powerful. It does not shout over your fears. It dissolves them. It reminds your heart that fear may speak, but it does not rule. It may rise, but it will not win. You are guarded by a God who sees every trembling thought and holds every anxious breath with unwavering care. Take a slow inhale and whisper, "You are with me," and let the truth of those words settle deep into your chest. As you exhale, imagine releasing the fear you've carried, fear that was never meant to shape your night or steal your rest. Courage, in God's eyes, is not the absence of fear, but the presence of trust. It is letting your heart lean into his strength when your own feels small. It is resting in the assurance that the one who commands the morning also watches over your night. Allow your shoulders to soften. Allow your heartbeat to steady. Allow the worries that clung to you all day to fall gently away. You are not unguarded. You are not exposed. You are surrounded by the presence of a God who walks with you, stays with you, and watches over you wherever you go. Tonight, rest in that truth. Let his courage fill the spaces fear once occupied. Let his nearness be your comfort. You are safe. You are held. You are never alone. The Lord will renew you. There are days when exhaustion settles into you more deeply than you can explain. When it isn't just your body that feels tired, but your thoughts, your emotions, your hope. You may find yourself moving through the day on empty, trying to stay strong for others, trying to push forward, even when your spirit feels worn thin. And when night comes, instead of relief, the weight of the day lingers. But God offers a promise for weary hearts, a gentle reminder, spoken with tenderness. Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. Renewal is not something you create by trying harder. Renewal is something God gives by drawing close. He sees the drained places inside you, the parts stretched by stress, the dreams weighed down by disappointment, the quiet ache you carry when life feels heavier than you expected. And he does not turn away. He breathes life into what feels lifeless. He lifts what you can no longer carry. He restores what worry has slowly taken. Tonight, as you breathe in, imagine His strength entering your body like a soft wind sweeping through a tired landscape. Not rushing, not forcing, simply filling. Imagine His presence touching the places where you feel empty, where hope feels faded, where your spirit feels dim. You do not have to pretend to be strong. You do not have to hide your fatigue from Him. God meets you exactly where you are, even in the quiet moments where you feel too drained to pray. He whispers renewal over you, not the kind that fades by morning, but the kind that rebuilds you from the inside out. Take another slow breath and allow your shoulders to loosen. Let the heaviness slip away, little by little, with every exhale. You are not expected to rise on your own strength. God renews you. God restores you. God breathes into your spirit what exhaustion has taken from your days. Tonight, whisper softly, "Renew me, Lord," and feel the gentle promise of Isaiah 40:31 begin to unfold inside you. Strength is returning, not suddenly, not forcefully, but faithfully. Hope is rising, peace is settling, and the God who renews the weary is renewing you now, even as you drift toward rest. When your mind won't stop. There are nights when your mind refuses to quiet down, when thoughts rush in faster than you can breathe them out, when every worry you pushed aside during the day suddenly demands your attention. You may lie there, replaying conversations, imagining worst-case scenarios, or trying to plan tomorrow before tomorrow even arrives. The mind can become a whirlwind, circling the same fears, the same regrets, the same uncertainties, until sleep feels almost impossible. But into that restless storm, God speaks a promise meant not just for ancient times, but for this very moment. "In peace I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety." His peace is different from the temporary relief the world offers. His peace reaches deeper than your thoughts, deeper than your breathing, deeper than the tension sitting quietly beneath your ribs. It settles the mind, not by force but by presence. It whispers into the noise and gently reminds you that you are safe, you are loved, and you do not have to solve everything tonight. Take a slow breath and imagine God placing His hand over your racing thoughts, not to silence them instantly, but to soothe them, the way a parent calms a restless child. He is not frustrated with your overthinking. He is not disappointed by your mental noise. He simply draws near, offering a peace strong enough to quiet the chaos, and tender enough to comfort every frantic thought. You don't need to chase your mind into stillness. You only need to rest in the one who carries what you cannot control. Feel the tension in your forehead begin to soften as you place your hand gently there. Whisper, "Peace, be still," and let the words settle into the places where your mind has been spinning. Imagine each thought slowing its pace, each worry loosening its grip, each fear dissolving under the warmth of God's presence. You are safe tonight. You don't have to prepare for every possibility. You don't have to predict tomorrow. You don't have to make sense of everything before you sleep. God holds your night just as faithfully as He holds your day. Breathe again, slow, deep, unhurried. Let His peace fill the spaces where anxious thoughts once lived. Let His presence become the soft blanket that wraps around your mind, guiding you gently into the rest you've been longing for. Tonight, may your thoughts grow quiet under the tender hand of the one who brings peace to restless hearts. God holds your future. There are moments when the future feels like a fog, uncertain, distant, and full of questions you don't yet know how to answer. You may lie awake, wondering if you're on the right path, if the choices you've made will lead somewhere meaningful, if the dreams in your heart will ever unfold the way you hope. Uncertainty can weigh heavily on the soul. It can make you feel small, unprepared, even scared of what tomorrow might bring. But God speaks into that uncertainty with a voice steady and sure. For I know the plans I have for you. Not guesses, not possibilities, not vague hopes. Plans. Plans crafted with intention, shaped with care, woven with purpose. You may not see the full map, but God does. Your future is not drifting in the dark or slipping through your fingers. It is held securely in hands far wiser and gentler than your own. Tonight, let that truth settle the worries that rise when the world grows quiet. God is not confused about your tomorrow. He is not scrambling to figure out your path. He has already gone before you. He has already prepared the steps you cannot yet see. You don't need to understand everything to rest. You don't need to predict the next chapter or control the unfolding of your story. You only need to trust the one who writes it. Take a slow breath and let your shoulders soften. Whisper, "Your plans are good," and feel the tension in your chest begin to ease. The unknown does not have to frighten you when the one guiding your life knows every detail from beginning to end. Even the detours, even the delays, even the moments that feel like setbacks. God wastes nothing. He loses nothing. He forgets nothing. Every piece of your story matters to him. Let your body relax fully as you imagine placing your future, every fear, every hope, every unanswered question, into his hands. Those hands have carried generations. Those hands have never failed. And tonight, they carry you. Rest, knowing your future is not lost, not delayed, not overlooked. It is held, protected, and shaped by the God who knows the plans he has for you. Plans filled with hope, purpose, and peace. Comfort in trouble. There are moments in life when the weight of sorrow feels almost unbearable. Moments when disappointment pierces deeper than expected. When loss leaves an ache that lingers quietly beneath every breath. When the heart feels bruised in places no one else can see. You may try to be strong, try to hide the heaviness, try to keep moving forward even as something inside you feels fragile and shaken. But God does not wait for your heart to be whole before he draws near. He comes close precisely when you feel broken. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. These words are not distant comfort. They are a truth meant for you tonight, right where you are. When pain settles into the quiet corners of your soul, God sits beside you, not as a judge, not as a distant observer, but as a gentle companion who understands sorrow more deeply than anyone ever will. He does not rush your healing. He does not pressure you to move on. He stays near, offering a presence that holds you when words fall short. Take a slow breath and feel the softness of his nearness. Imagine him wrapping your hurting heart with compassion, the way a parent would sit beside a child who cannot stop crying. Not fixing everything immediately, but offering the comfort of being held, being understood, being safe. Your pain matters to him. Your tears matter to him. Every quiet moment where you tried to stay strong matters to him. God is not untouched by your suffering. He carries your sorrow with a tenderness that reaches the deepest places of your grief. As you place your hand over your chest, whisper softly, "You are close to me." And let the truth of those words settle where it hurts most. Let them soothe the ache that has followed you through the day. Let them remind you that you do not have to endure this night alone. God is near to you, not vaguely, not occasionally, but intimately, compassionately, continually. He is near to comfort, near to strengthen, near to hold you until the storm within your heart begins to quiet. Tonight, allow yourself to rest in his closeness. Allow his presence to be the gentle blanket over the wounds you don't have the strength to tend. You are not alone in your pain. You are not abandoned in your sorrow. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted, and tonight he is close to you. God fights for you. There are seasons when life feels like a battlefield, when stress presses heavy on your shoulders, when conflicts drain your spirit, when uncertainty grows louder than peace. You may feel the pressure to stay strong, to solve everything, to fight every fight with your own limited strength. But God never intended for you to carry every burden or battle every storm alone. Into your fatigue, into your frustration, into your fear, he whispers a promise, powerful enough to quiet the loudest struggle. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. His words do not ask you to give up. They invite you to let go, to stop gripping the problems you were never meant to fix by yourself, to release the battles that have worn down your joy and thinned your courage. God steps into the places where your strength ends, not as a distant commander, but as a loving defender who fights on your behalf. Tonight, imagine laying down your weapons, the overthinking, the fear, the constant effort to control what is outside your hands. Picture yourself standing in stillness while God stands before you, shielding you, protecting you, pushing back the things that felt too heavy to face alone. You don't need to prove your strength. You don't need to force a victory. You don't need to understand the outcome. You only need to rest in the one who is stronger than every enemy, wiser than every challenge, and nearer than your own breath. Take a slow exhale and whisper, I let go. You fight for me. Feel the tension begin to leave your body as you release what was never yours to carry. God is not asking you to ignore your struggles. He is asking you to trust him with them. He sees the conflicts that drain you. He knows the fears that keep you awake. He understands the battles you've tried to win alone, and he steps in, not with judgment, but with power. Let his strength replace your worry. Let his presence settle your anxious thoughts. Let his protection wrap around you like a warm blanket in a cold night. Tonight you can rest, not because the battle is small, but because your God is great. He fights for you, he defends you, he goes before you. And as you close your eyes, may peace rise in the places where fear once lived. Your value is secure. There are moments when you question your value. Moments when someone's silence makes you feel small. When a mistake makes you feel inadequate. When life moves too fast and you start believing you're falling behind. You may carry memories of rejection or words that cut deeper than they should have. You may compare yourself to others and quietly wonder if you measure up. But your worth was never meant to be fragile. It was never meant to rise and fall with the opinions of people or the success of your days. God speaks a truth strong enough to steady your heart. So don't be afraid. You are worth more than many sparrows. These words come from a God who crafted galaxies, yet knows every detail of your life. A God who watches over even the smallest creatures, and still says, you are worth infinitely more. Your value does not shift with your failures. It does not shrink when you feel unseen. It does not disappear when life becomes hard. God's love has already stamped worth onto your soul. Unchangeable, unwavering, eternal. Tonight, let that truth quiet the doubts that whisper you're not enough. Let it soften the parts of you wounded by comparison or criticism. Let it remind you that you don't have to earn affection, approval, or acceptance from the world. You already belong to the one who calls you precious. Take a slow breath and imagine his love settling over you like a warm blanket, steady, constant, unquestioning. Picture him gently lifting the heavy labels you've placed on yourself. Not good enough, not successful enough, not loved enough. In their place, he writes one simple word: worthy. You are worthy because he loves you, worthy because he made you, worthy because his hands shaped your heart with intention and care. As you whisper softly, "I am worthy because you love me," feel the tension in your chest begin to loosen. Let your shoulders drop. Let your spirit rest. You don't have to chase validation. You don't have to impress anyone. You don't have to prove anything. Your value is secure, anchored in a love stronger than your doubts, bigger than your mistakes, deeper than anything you fear. Tonight, rest in that truth. You are seen. You are loved. You are enough. And nothing can ever change your worth in the eyes of God. Rest in his faithfulness. Some days end with a heaviness you didn't expect. Unfinished tasks, unresolved worries, emotions that linger longer than they should. You may lie awake, replaying moments, wishing you had spoken differently, acted differently, or carried yourself with more strength. But God, in his kindness, never lets your day end with despair. He wraps every sunrise in mercy, a reminder that his faithfulness outlasts everything that wears you down. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. These words are not poetic comfort. They are the heartbeat of God's compassion toward you. His mercy is not limited. It does not run out because you had a hard day. It does not shrink when you stumble. It does not fade when you feel overwhelmed. God's mercy arrives gently, faithfully, consistently, like the soft light of dawn breaking through the night. Tonight, allow that truth to settle the weight in your spirit. You don't need to fear tomorrow. You don't need to carry today's mistakes into a new day. God has already prepared fresh mercies for you. Mercy to cover your weakness. Mercy to lift your burden. Mercy to restore your hope. Take a slow breath and imagine a gentle sunrise washing over the horizon, soft and warm, touching everything with new light. Picture that light brushing against the tired places in your heart, reminding you that the story is not over. You are not stuck. You are not forgotten. You are not beyond renewal. God is faithful in ways you cannot always see, weaving purpose into your days and strength into your nights. His faithfulness holds you steady, even when you feel unsteady. His mercy reaches you quietly, without demand, without pressure, without expectation. Whisper softly, "Your mercies are new for me," and let those words breathe hope into your weary chest. Let them release the tension you carried all day. Let them remind you that tomorrow is not something to fear, but a gift wrapped in grace. Tonight, you can rest. Not because everything is perfect, but because God's faithfulness is. He does not change. He does not withdraw. He does not forget his promises. And as you close your eyes, may the assurance of his mercy, fresh and overflowing, bring peace to your mind and rest to your soul. Tomorrow holds new light. Tonight, rest in the God whose faithfulness never ends. Rest for the overthinker. There are nights when your mind refuses to slow down, when thoughts pile up faster than you can untangle them. You try to replay the day, analyze every detail, predict every possibility, protect yourself from outcomes that haven't even happened. Overthinking becomes its own kind of exhaustion, one that drains your spirit more than anything you did while the sun was up. You want to rest, but your mind keeps working, worrying, turning every thought into a maze. Yet into this restless swirl of questions, God offers a simple invitation. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. Trust is not the absence of thought. It is the release of the need to control. It is the gentle shift from carrying everything alone to letting God hold what your mind cannot solve. You do not need to understand everything tonight. You do not need to figure out tomorrow before it comes. You do not need to plan your way out of uncertainty. God sees the path clearly, even when your vision is clouded. He knows the turns ahead, the timing, the hidden blessings waiting for their moment. Take a slow breath and let your shoulders soften. Imagine releasing the tangled thread your mind has been gripping all day. Picture placing it into God's open hand, trusting that He knows exactly what to do with what overwhelms you. Each time an anxious thought rises, whisper gently, "I trust you," letting the words become a soft anchor that steadies your racing mind. Trust is a safe landing place, a place where you can stop analyzing, stop worrying, stop running in circles inside your head. Trust makes space for peace to enter. Trust loosens the pressure you put on yourself to predict every outcome. Trust allows you to rest, even when you don't have all the answers. Tonight, God is not asking you to understand everything. He is simply inviting you to lean away from your own understanding and into His. Feel the weight begin to lift as you exhale. Feel the noise inside you grow quiet. Feel the presence of God settling over your thoughts like a gentle blanket. You're not alone in your overthinking. You are not lost in your confusion. You are held by a God who understands what you cannot, sees what you cannot, and guides you with a wisdom far greater than your worries. Tonight, rest. Let trust be enough. God is your shepherd. There is a quiet kind of comfort in knowing you are guided, that you don't have to navigate life alone, that you don't have to figure out every step, that someone wiser and kinder is leading you with care. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. These words are more than poetry. They are a soft place to rest your soul. A shepherd does not push harshly or drive from behind. A shepherd leads. A shepherd watches. A shepherd protects. And God shepherds you with the same tenderness, guiding your weary thoughts, calming your anxious heart, and bringing you toward rest, even when your day has felt anything but peaceful. Tonight, imagine the shepherd drawing near, gently placing his hand over the worries that clung to you throughout the day. He doesn't rush you. He doesn't scold you. He simply leads you to a place your heart has longed for. Stillness, peace, quiet waters where your spirit can finally breathe again. You may feel tired. You may feel stretched thin. You may feel like you've wandered too far in your own thoughts or fears. But a shepherd never loses sight of his sheep, not even for a moment. God has watched over every step you took today, even the ones that felt uncertain or heavy. He knows where you've been. He knows what you've carried, and He knows exactly how to bring you back to rest. Take a slow breath and imagine lying down beside still waters, the kind of calm that steadies your heartbeat and softens your mind. Feel the shepherd's presence, standing guard as you rest, not distant, but close, attentive, protective. Whisper softly, "You are my shepherd," and let the truth settle deeper into your soul. You lack nothing tonight, not because life is perfect, but because the one who guides you is faithful. He provides what you need. He protects you from what you cannot see. He leads you gently, step by step, into peace. Let your body relax into this moment. Let your thoughts loosen their grip. Let the shepherd carry what you've tried to hold on your own. Tonight, you are safe. Tonight, you are watched over. Tonight, you can rest without fear, because the shepherd who never sleeps is keeping you close. Rest in His care. Rest in His guidance. Rest in His love that never leaves you wandering. He is your shepherd, and you are His. God's love will not fail you. There are nights when your heart feels unsure, when you replay your mistakes, question your worth, or quietly wonder if God could ever grow tired of you. You may think of the times you fell short, the moments you didn't choose well, the days when your faith felt small or your spirit felt weak. And somewhere in those thoughts, a whisper rises. What if God is disappointed in me? What if I drifted too far? What if his love has limits I finally reached? But Scripture answers that whisper with a voice stronger than fear and gentler than grace. Nothing will be able to separate us from the love of God. Nothing. Not your doubts, not your failures, not your inconsistencies, not your hidden battles, not the days you feel close to him, nor the days you feel lost in your own thoughts. God's love is not fragile. It does not thin when you struggle. It does not fade when you falter. It does not break when life breaks you. His love remains steady, unshakable, eternal. Tonight, let that truth settle into the places where insecurity has tried to take root. You do not have to be perfect to be loved. You do not have to earn what has already been freely given. God sees you fully, every flaw, every fear, every tender place, and his love stays. Love that holds you when you feel fragile. Love that lifts you when you can't lift yourself. Love that wraps around you even when you feel unworthy of being held. Take a slow breath and feel your heartbeat beneath your hand. Whisper gently, "Your love holds me." And imagine that love surrounding you like a warm blanket, softening every anxious thought. Let God's love quiet the lies that say you're not enough. Let it silence the fear that tells you you've failed too many times. Let it wash over the wounds that still ache when the world grows quiet. You are not too broken for his love. You are not too complicated for his patience. You are not too lost for his grace. Nothing can separate you from the love of God. Not tonight, not tomorrow, not ever. Rest in that truth. Rest in that certainty. Rest in the love that has held you every day of your life and will continue to hold you through every night to come. When you need protection, there are nights when you long for protection. When the world feels a little too sharp. When worries linger in the corners of your mind. When your heart feels exposed in ways you can't quite explain. You may not say it out loud, but deep within, you wish for a covering, strong enough to quiet your fears and close enough to feel comforting. God offers exactly that. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your coming and going. These words are not distant promises spoken to someone else long ago. They are for you, tonight, here, in this very moment of stillness. God's protection is not passive. It is attentive. It is present. It is the kind of watchfulness that never grows tired, never blinks, never steps away, even for a moment. While you sleep, he stays awake. While your thoughts slow down, his vigilance does not. He watches over every breath you take, every fear you release, every quiet corner of your heart that longs to feel safe. Tonight, let yourself lean into that truth. You do not have to brace yourself for what might happen. You do not have to stay tense, scanning the shadows of your thoughts. You can rest under a covering far stronger than your own defenses. God surrounds you with protection that does not fail. Take a slow breath and imagine his presence forming a gentle shield around you. A warmth that settles over your mind, your body, your spirit. Not a wall of fear, but a shelter of love. Not a barrier that isolates you, but a haven that holds you. As you exhale, whisper softly, "You watch over me," and let the words become a quiet anchor for your soul. Whatever tried to unsettle you today loses its power under his care. Whatever threatened your peace is held back by his hand. Whatever danger you fear cannot slip past the God who stands guard over your night. Let your shoulders relax. Let your heart beat steady. Let your fears loosen their grip as you settle into the truth that you are protected more deeply than you know. The Lord keeps you, not sometimes, not halfway, but completely. He watches your steps when you rise, and he watches your rest when you lie down. Tonight, you are safe in his hands. Tonight, you can sleep in peace. Tonight, God watches over you. The gentle voice of God. There are days when the voices around you feel loud. Expectations, responsibilities, worries, and the endless noise of your own thoughts. They rise and swirl, until you can barely hear yourself think. Sometimes you wish God would speak in thunder, in something unmistakable, something strong enough to silence everything else. But God rarely speaks to overwhelm you. He speaks to comfort you. And his voice comes not in the earthquake or the fire, but exactly as Scripture says, in a gentle whisper. A whisper is intimate. A whisper means he is close. So close that he doesn't need to shout to reach you. A whisper carries tenderness, the kind of voice used only when someone is near enough to hold. Tonight, let your heart grow quiet enough to hear that whisper. God's voice does not rush you. It does not shame you. It does not pressure you to be more than you are. His whisper soothes the places inside you that feel overworked, overstressed, and overlooked. His whisper tells you that you are loved. His whisper tells you that you are safe. His whisper tells you that you are not alone. Take a slow breath and imagine every loud thought softening, like waves calming after a long storm. Picture God drawing near, not to correct you harshly, but to comfort you gently. His whisper meets you in the exact place where you feel stretched thin. It reminds you that you don't have to perform for him. You don't have to impress him. You don't have to hold everything together. You only need to listen. Whisper softly, "Speak, Lord. I am listening." And let those words settle in your spirit like a warm blanket. Feel the worries that filled your mind begin to fade as his presence wraps around you. Let his whisper fill the spaces where harsh thoughts once lived. The ones that told you you're not enough. The ones that replayed your mistakes. The ones that kept you awake long after the world fell asleep. God's whisper is stronger than those voices, not in volume, but in truth. His whisper brings clarity. His whisper brings calm. His whisper brings comfort your heart has needed for far too long. Tonight, rest in the nearness of a God who speaks not to frighten you, but to heal you. Rest in his gentle whisper, the voice that quiets storms and steadies souls. You are safe. You are seen. You are held. And God is speaking softly to you now. Peace in the unknown. There is something about the unknown that stirs uneasiness in the heart. When you cannot see what lies ahead, when the next step feels uncertain, when tomorrow holds more questions than answers, the mind begins to wander into fear. You imagine scenarios that may never happen. You brace yourself for outcomes you cannot predict. The unknown feels wide, dark, and overwhelming. And yet, into that very space of uncertainty, Jesus speaks a promise far stronger than fear. My peace I leave with you. My peace I give you. His peace is not fragile. It does not depend on clarity, on perfect timing, or on certainty of the future. His peace settles into the very places where fear tries to take root. It anchors you when the path ahead is blurry. It steadies your heartbeat when your thoughts begin to race. It surrounds you like a soft blanket, warming the places inside you that feel cold with uncertainty. Tonight, let his peace wash over you gently. You don't need to solve tomorrow. You don't need to predict how things will unfold. You don't need to carry the burden of the unknown. Jesus offers you a peace that stays, even when circumstances shift, even when emotions rise, even when your understanding fails. Take a slow breath and imagine his peace settling into your chest, softening the tightness that built up throughout the day. Feel it calming your thoughts, smoothing the rough edges of your worries, quieting the what-ifs that have echoed inside you for far too long. Whisper softly, "Your peace is mine," and allow the tension to drain from your body, like water releasing from tired hands. Let his presence become the calm beneath your anxiety, the light in your darkness, the rest in your uncertainty. You may not know what tomorrow holds, but you know who holds you. His peace does not disappear when life becomes unpredictable. It stands firm, unmovable, unwavering, carried by the one who never changes, never falters, never leaves you alone in the unknown. Tonight, rest not because you understand everything, but because Jesus understands you. Rest because his peace is stronger than your fear. Rest because he is near, and his peace is yours, fully, freely, forever. He restores your soul. There are seasons when your soul feels worn down in ways even sleep cannot fully repair. The small stresses that pile up, the disappointments you don't talk about, the worries that sit quietly in the back of your mind, all of them slowly drain your inner strength. You may look fine on the outside, but inside you feel stretched thin, as if your spirit has been pulled in too many directions. There is a tiredness that goes beyond the body, a weariness felt only in the deepest parts of who you are. But God sees the places no one else sees. He understands the burdens you don't say aloud, and into that quiet exhaustion, he speaks a promise so simple and yet so powerful. He restores my soul. Restoration is not loud. It is not rushed. It is tender, careful, and deeply personal. God knows exactly how to bring life back to the parts of you that feel worn out. He knows how to breathe peace into your anxious places, how to ease the tightness you've carried all day, how to refill the hope that has slowly leaked away through disappointment and worry. Tonight, imagine God quietly tending to your soul the way a gentle shepherd cares for a weary sheep, guiding you to a calm place, lifting the burdens from your shoulders, giving you room to breathe again. His presence does not demand anything from you. It simply invites you to rest. Take a slow breath and picture his peace settling into your chest, like warm light spreading through a dim room. Feel the heaviness begin to loosen, as if the weight inside you is finally allowed to melt away. Whisper softly, "Restore me, Lord," and let those words open your heart to the healing only he can give. You do not need to fix yourself. You do not need to pretend to be stronger than you feel. You do not need to carry every burden into tomorrow. God is restoring you piece by piece, your strength, your clarity, your courage, your joy. The restoration of your soul is already happening in this quiet moment, in the stillness where his presence meets your need. Tonight, rest knowing you are being made whole. Rest knowing God is tending to you with infinite care. Rest knowing that your soul, no matter how weary it has become, is safe in the hands of the one who restores. God hears your cry. There are moments in life when your heart feels too tired to speak, when the weight inside you presses so heavily that even forming a prayer feels impossible. You may try to hold yourself together, trying to stay strong for others, but inside there is a quiet ache you cannot fully express. And perhaps, in that silence, you wonder if anyone truly hears you, if anyone notices the heaviness you carry. But God does. Scripture reminds you that even in distress, when your voice trembles or disappears altogether, he hears you. He hears the cry behind your thoughts, the longing hidden in your chest, the pain carried in your breath. Nothing you feel is too small for him to notice, and nothing you experience is too deep for him to understand. Every tear you've cried in the dark, every whisper of fear, every sigh at the end of a long day, he has received them all. When others overlook your hurt or fail to understand your emotions, God meets you exactly where you are. His listening is not passive. It is compassionate. It is attentive. It is full of love. Tonight, imagine God leaning close to you with gentle patience, not asking you to explain anything, not demanding that you be strong, just listening. listening to your heartbeat, listening to the emotions you've buried, listening to the words you cannot say. Your distress is not invisible to him. Your pain does not go unnoticed. You are not praying into an empty sky. You are speaking to the one who bends down to hear you. Let that truth soften your chest, loosen your breath, and ease the tightness you've been carrying. Whisper gently, "You hear me," and allow that assurance to settle into your soul like warmth spreading through a cold room. You don't need perfect words. You don't need to explain yourself to God. You don't even need to speak aloud. He hears the cry within you, the cry you barely understand yourself. And he answers with comfort, with presence, with love deeper than your pain. Tonight, rest, knowing that heaven is not silent. God hears you. God sees you. God is with you. And you are held by the one who understands every tear you've ever cried. Strength in quietness. There is a kind of strength the world rarely notices. A strength without noise, without urgency, without the pressure to prove anything. It is the strength that rises quietly in the heart of someone who trusts God more than their own fear. Isaiah reminds you that real strength is not always found in striving or pushing yourself beyond exhaustion. Sometimes it is found in the quiet moments when you finally stop fighting alone and allow God to step in. You may have spent all day carrying responsibilities, expectations, or worries that never seem to lighten. Perhaps you've tried to fix everything, hold everything together, or understand everything on your own. But tonight, God invites you into a different kind of strength, one that grows not from effort, but from surrender. Quietness is not weakness. It is the sacred space where God strengthens your soul. As you lie here, breathing slowly, imagine yourself letting go of the tight grip you've had on your concerns. Imagine your shoulders softening, your mind loosening, your spirit unclenching. You don't have to solve anything in this moment. You don't have to push or try or force clarity. In the stillness, God is working. In the calm, God is near. Quiet trust is the confidence that even if you cannot move forward right now, God can. Even if you do not see the path clearly, He does. Even if you feel tired, overwhelmed, or doubtful, He is steady. Strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers, "God is here." And that whisper is enough to steady your spirit. Tonight, let the quiet hold you. Let the silence become a gentle reminder that God is not asking for your exhaustion. He is asking for your trust. Breathe gently and whisper, "My strength is in you," and feel the peace that comes with releasing what is too heavy to carry alone. In the quietness of this moment, your soul begins to heal. In the trust you place in God, your strength begins to rise. Not loud, not dramatic, just steady, soft, and real. Strength that grows from the one who never fails you. Strength that meets you exactly where you are. Strength that will carry you through the night and into tomorrow with peace. God knows your needs. There is a deep comfort in knowing that before a single prayer leaves your lips, God already understands what rests heavily on your heart. You do not have to find the perfect words, nor do you need to explain the depth of your worries. Your Father knows. He knows the things you fear speaking aloud. He knows the needs you've carried quietly for months. He knows the hopes buried so deeply that even you have trouble expressing them. And He holds every one of them with tenderness. Sometimes it feels like you must strive, worry, or plan endlessly just to make life work. You may wonder how everything will come together, how your needs will be met, or how the pieces of your life will fit into a future that feels secure. But Matthew 6 reminds you that God is already in the details. He is preparing provision before you feel the hunger. He is opening doors you haven't yet reached. He is protecting you from things you don't even see. You are not forgotten, and your needs are never ignored. Tonight, allow your heart to loosen its grip on fear. You don't need to tell God what's wrong before He moves. He has been moving long before you realized you needed help. Your Father sees your exhaustion. He sees the weight you've been carrying. He sees the quiet questions that follow you into the night. And He is not distant. He is near, attentive, and gentle. As you rest, imagine God meeting each need one by one, not hurriedly, not carelessly, but with the love of a Father who knows your story better than you do. The emotional needs you hold close, the financial burdens you fear, the healing you long for, the clarity you seek, none of it is hidden. None of it is too small. None of it is too late. Breathe softly and let this truth settle into you. God knows your needs, and He is not overwhelmed by them. He is already working, already preparing, already aligning things for your good. You can rest tonight, not because everything is solved, but because you are held by the One who sees the full picture. Whisper gently, "You know my needs, Lord," and let your heart relax into the care of the Father, who never forgets, never misunderstands, and never fails to provide in the most perfect way. When you feel not enough, there are nights when the weight of inadequacy settles heavy on your chest. Nights when you replay your failures, your mistakes, your shortcomings. You wonder if you've done enough, become enough, or lived up to what others expect. You may feel behind, unnoticed, or somehow less than the people around you. But Scripture speaks a deeper truth than your fears ever could. You are God's workmanship. You are crafted, not assembled, designed, not accidental, formed with intention, not thrown together by chance. God shaped you with purpose in mind. Purpose you cannot lose just because you feel small. Your worth is not measured by achievements or perfection. It is anchored in the One who created you. Tonight, let that truth soften the harsh voice in your mind. There is a gentleness in God's description of you, His workmanship, His artistry, His creation. You are not a project gone wrong. You are not falling behind some invisible standard. You are not defined by the weaknesses you notice in yourself. You are defined by the hands that made you, the love that formed you, the purpose placed within you, long before you took your first breath. When insecurity rises, God does not shame you. He reminds you. He calls you back to the truth that you are His. You are being shaped, little by little, day by day, into the person He already sees. The process is slow, sometimes frustrating, but always sacred. Even the parts of you that feel unfinished are held in His care. Tonight, allow the pressure to be perfect to fade away. You do not have to prove your worth to God. You do not have to earn His love or justify your existence. You are already seen, known, and cherished. Your weaknesses do not disqualify you. They draw you closer to the One who is strong in your place. As you rest, imagine God gently smoothing the rough places within you, shaping your character, strengthening your spirit, and softening your heart. You are His workmanship, and He takes delight in what He is forming. When self-critical thoughts rise, whisper softly, "I am yours." Let the truth settle deeper each time. You belong. You matter. You are enough, because the One who made you says you are. Sleep tonight in the security of who you are. Not what you do, not what you achieve, but who you are in Christ. His beloved creation, His intentional design, His workmanship. God will make a way. There are moments in life when the path ahead seems blocked from every direction. Moments when you look around and see no door, no solution, no answer. You may feel cornered by circumstances, overwhelmed by problems that feel larger than your strength, or exhausted from trying to push through barriers that refuse to move. But God speaks into that very place of discouragement and reminds you, I am making a way in the wilderness. The wilderness is a place of confusion, dryness, and uncertainty. But it is also the place where God loves to reveal His power. When you stand before what seems impossible, He is already behind the scenes, carving out a path you cannot yet see. His hands are moving, His plans are unfolding, and His provision is being prepared, even if your eyes see only the wilderness. God does not wait for your situation to become easy before He works. He begins His miracles right in the heart of difficulty. The wilderness is where seas part, where manna falls, where strength is renewed, and where hope is reborn. If the way seems hidden right now, it is not because God is absent. It is because He is crafting a path that will make His glory unmistakable. Tonight, let your heart settle into this truth. God has never been limited by what limits you. Closed doors do not confine Him. Dead ends do not deter Him. Obstacles do not intimidate Him. He specializes in breakthroughs formed out of impossibility. You may not understand how He will make a way. You don't have to. Your part is to rest, trust, and place your weary heart in His hands. His part is to guide, lead, provide, and open what no one can shut. Let go of the pressure to figure everything out. Instead, lean into the quiet confidence that comes from knowing your steps are ordered by the one who goes before you. Even now, God is clearing brush in your wilderness, carving paths through your uncertainty, straightening roads you haven't walked yet. As you breathe deeply and whisper, "You will make a way," let peace begin to settle over your thoughts. Trust that the path you need, though hidden tonight, will be revealed in His perfect time. Sleep with confidence, knowing the God who creates ways in the wilderness is creating one for you right now. There is a deep longing in every human heart, the desire to be known, not for what you do, but for who you are. In a world filled with noise, expectations, and endless comparison, it's easy to feel like just another face in the crowd, another voice in the background. But God speaks into that loneliness with a truth powerful enough to quiet every doubt. I have called you by name. You are mine. God does not see you as a number or a task. He does not overlook you when life becomes crowded or when you feel small. He knows your story, your dreams, your fears, and the quiet worries you carry into the night. He knows the parts of you you hide from others, the tears you never show, the hopes you barely dare to say out loud. And still, He calls you by name. When God calls your name, it is not with disappointment or frustration. It is with tenderness, with affection, with the kind of love that reaches the deepest parts of you and says, I see you, I know you, you belong to me. Your identity is not shaped by your failures, your past, or the opinions of others. It is anchored in the God who created you, redeemed you, and claims you as His own. Tonight, let that truth settle into your heart like a soft blanket. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. The God who formed galaxies and breathed life into the stars knows your name with perfect clarity. He whispers it in your moments of confusion. He speaks it when you feel alone, and He holds it close, even when you feel far away from Him. When you feel overlooked, remember this: the Creator of the universe recognizes you instantly. He knows your voice, your heartbeat, your thoughts before you speak them. He knows where you are on your journey, even when you feel unsure of the next step. So as you lie down tonight, breathe slowly and let your spirit rest in the comfort of being known. Whisper softly, "You call me by name," and feel your heart settle into the truth that you are cherished, not for what you do, but for who you are. You are His, and He never forgets the ones He calls His own. Peace in the waiting. There are seasons when waiting feels like standing in the quiet middle of nowhere. No clear direction, no visible progress, only unanswered prayers echoing softly in your heart. Waiting can make you feel forgotten, as if your hopes have been placed on a shelf, somewhere far beyond your reach. But Scripture gently reminds you, be still before the Lord and wait patiently for Him. This waiting is not punishment. It is not silence. It is not God stepping away. Waiting, in His hands, is preparation. In the waiting, God is shaping you, strengthening you, protecting you from what you are not yet ready for, and preparing what is not yet ready for you. Every delay has purpose. Every pause is woven with meaning. Heaven's timeline is not slow. It is perfect. Tonight, let this bring rest to your restless thoughts. Your prayers have not been ignored. Your hopes have not been dismissed. Every longing in your heart has already been heard by the God who never forgets a single word you whisper. He remembers. He sees. He holds your desires gently, like seeds waiting for the right season to bloom. Waiting becomes heavy when you try to carry it alone. But you are invited to release that weight, to be still, not because everything feels certain, but because God is trustworthy. Stillness does not mean doing nothing. It means resting your heart in the hands that hold time itself. So breathe slowly tonight. Let your shoulders loosen. Let the pressure to force outcomes slip away. You do not have to rush what God is preparing. You do not have to fear missing what He has promised. What is meant for you will find you in the exact moment He has ordained. Deep in the quiet, God is working, in ways you cannot see, in places you cannot reach, on details you could never orchestrate alone. And one day, when the waiting ends, you will look back and see that He was never late, not even for a moment. As your eyes grow heavy, let peace settle into every space where impatience, fear, or doubt try to root themselves. Whisper gently, your timing is perfect, and allow your spirit to rest. Trust the process. Trust the promise. Trust the God who never forgets those who wait for Him. God is your helper. There are nights when the weight you carry feels heavier than usual, when your thoughts stretch thin and your strength feels nearly gone. Life often asks more from you than you know how to give, and sometimes you find yourself trying to solve, fix, or endure everything on your own. But Scripture whispers a truth that brings deep relief. My help comes from the Lord. You were never designed to carry life by yourself. God is not a distant observer. He is your helper, present, steady, and always ready. His help does not come with conditions or limits. He does not grow tired of your prayers or impatient with your needs. When you feel overwhelmed, His hands are already reaching toward you. When you feel unsure, His wisdom is already guiding you. When you feel weak, His strength surrounds you like a quiet fortress. Tonight, let your heart unclench just a little. You don't have to have every answer. You don't have to solve every problem before you fall asleep. You don't have to stay awake trying to hold the world together. God is helping you even now, working in places you cannot see, arranging what you cannot reach, strengthening what you feel is fading. His help is gentle. It meets you exactly where you are, without judgment or pressure. When you whisper your fears, He listens. When you confess your exhaustion, He understands. When you admit your limitations, He steps in with grace. You are not a burden to Him. You are His beloved creation, and He delights in being your support. As your breath begins to slow, imagine laying the weight of your day into His hands. The fears you've been carrying, the decisions that trouble you, the worries you keep quietly tucked away. Let them rest with Him. God is not asking you to be strong enough. He is asking you to lean on Him enough. And when tomorrow comes, you will not face it alone. The same God who watches over the mountains, the same God who never slumbers nor sleeps, watches over you with unwavering care. Let your spirit settle tonight in the assurance of his help. Whisper softly, "My help comes from you," and feel peace rise within you like a gentle tide. You are supported. You are upheld. You are never alone. When you need peace of mind, there is a certain heaviness that comes at night, not always from the day itself, but from the thoughts that rise when everything becomes quiet. The mind begins to wander into places you wish it wouldn't. The worries you've carried too long, the regrets that whisper in the dark, the what-ifs that echo louder than truth. Your thoughts can feel like waves, pushing you away from rest. Yet God offers something strong enough to anchor you: perfect peace. His peace is not fragile. It is not temporary. It does not depend on how calm your day was or how neatly your life feels arranged. It comes from fixing your mind on Him. Steady, unchanging, faithful. Tonight, you don't have to control your thoughts or force them into silence. Instead, allow God's presence to gently redirect them, like a shepherd guiding wandering sheep back to safety. Perfect peace doesn't mean the absence of problems. It means the presence of God within them. It is the quiet knowing that you are held, even when your mind feels scattered. It is the soft reassurance that your thoughts do not define you. His truth does. When your mind rushes ahead into fear, He brings it back to safety. When your thoughts spiral, He slows them with His calm. When anxiety tries to take over, He stands guard. Tonight, imagine His peace settling over your thoughts like soft rain, each drop washing away tension, each moment softening the tight places in your mind. Let His peace fill the spaces where worry once lived. Let His comfort replace the noise with quiet assurance. You don't need to figure everything out before you sleep. You don't need to solve tomorrow's challenges tonight. God is already in your tomorrow, preparing what you cannot see. Right now, He simply invites you to rest in Him, to let your mind breathe, to let your thoughts rest, to let peace cover you completely. As your breathing slows and your body becomes still, feel your mind lean into the presence of the one who promises perfect peace. Not partial peace, not temporary calm, perfect peace. Whisper softly, "My mind rests in you," and allow that truth to settle deep within. In this moment, you are safe, you are seen, and you are held in the peace only God can give. God will carry you. Written in the same soft, soothing, night meditative tone. There are days when life feels heavier than you can explain. Days when your strength runs thin, when your emotions feel worn, when even simple tasks seem uphill. You try to stand firm, to stay brave, to keep moving. But deep down, you know you are tired. That is where the promise of Isaiah speaks with quiet power. "I have made you, and I will carry you." God does not simply support you, He carries you. You were never meant to shoulder every burden alone. God, who formed you with care and purpose, knows your limits. He understands your exhaustion. He does not wait for you to be strong enough. He steps in when your strength fades. His love does not scold your weakness. It meets you there and lifts you. Tonight, imagine the weight you've been carrying, the decisions, the worries, the responsibilities, the unspoken pain. Feel them in your shoulders, your breath, your chest. Now imagine placing those weights into God's hands. You are not handing them off to someone indifferent. You are giving them to the one who made you, the one who knows exactly how to hold you. God's carrying is not abrupt or forceful. It is gentle, like a parent embracing a tired child. Tender, like a shepherd lifting a lamb that cannot walk any farther. Strong, like eternal arms that never tremble under the weight of your life. When you slip, He steadies you. When you fall, He lifts you. When you cannot take another step, He carries you forward without hesitation. Nothing you face overwhelms him. Not your tears, not your fears, not your uncertainty about tomorrow. He carries you through the valley, through the shadows, through the long nights when rest feels far away. You can sink into his strength without fear of falling. As your breath softens, feel your body allow itself to let go. Feel the tension loosening. Feel the exhaustion melting as you settle into a deeper rest. You are not lying down alone tonight. You are resting in the arms of the one who has carried you since the beginning and will carry you until the end. Whisper gently, "You carry me." And let that truth settle into the deepest parts of your soul. You do not have to be strong enough. You are carried by a God who never tires, never lets go, and never stops loving you. Healing for the anxious heart. An anxious heart is a heavy heart. It beats a little faster, breathes a little shallower, and carries worries that rarely show on the outside. You may smile, speak kindly, and move through your day as if everything is fine. But deep inside, you feel the quiet tightness that never fully loosens. Jesus sees that weight. He notices the strain you hide. And his first response is not disappointment. It is comfort. Do not let your hearts be troubled. Those words are not a command meant to pressure you. They are an invitation meant to heal you. Jesus is not asking you to push your anxiety away on your own. He is offering to take the burden from you, piece by piece, breath by breath. Tonight, let his voice be louder than your fear. Let his presence be stronger than the pressure in your chest. Let his peace reach the places where anxiety has lived too long. You don't have to pretend you're okay with him. He knows the thoughts that spiral, the fears that surface at night, the questions you're too tired to ask out loud. And yet he stays, steady, patient, kind. He does not rush your healing. He does not shame your worry. He meets you exactly where you are and whispers peace into the noise. Tonight, imagine your anxious thoughts as leaves on a river, floating, drifting, slowly moving away from you. You don't have to hold them tightly anymore. Let them rest in the hands of the one who carries all things with ease. His comfort is not temporary. It is not fragile. It does not waver. It remains, even when your emotions rise and fall. Feel your breath slow as you rest in his nearness. Feel the tightness in your chest soften. Feel the thoughts that once raced begin to quiet. Jesus is not far. He is here, speaking peace into your troubled heart. His presence blankets your mind like warm light, steadying every fearful place within you. And as the night deepens, let this truth settle gently over your soul. You are safe with him. Your heart is not alone. Your anxiety does not define you. His peace is stronger, deeper, and closer than every troubled thought you face. Place your hand over your heart and whisper softly, "Let not my heart be troubled," and allow his comfort to wash through you like a slow, soothing wave. God is your strength when you are weak. There are moments in life when your strength feels as though it has faded to a thin whisper. When your body is tired, your emotions feel stretched, and your spirit feels worn from carrying what no one else can see. You try to stay steady, to push through, to be strong for yourself and for others. But deep within, you know your strength has limits. God knows that too. And in that truth, he offers something tender and powerful. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart. God's strength does not demand that you pretend to be unbreakable. It does not require you to hide your exhaustion or mask your fears. His strength meets you precisely where your weakness shows. He does not replace your humanity. He lifts it, supports it, and fills the empty places with his presence. Tonight, let yourself admit that you are tired. not as a failure, but as a human deeply loved by God. Let the pressure to be strong slip quietly off your shoulders. God is not impressed by the strength you force. He is moved by the trust that brings your weakness to Him. In His hands, your frailty is not something to be ashamed of. It is the very reason He draws close. Imagine your weakness as a small, trembling flame. It flickers, it wavers, but it is not alone. God cups that flame with His protective hands, shielding it from the winds of fear, stress, and fatigue. His strength surrounds you, not pushing you to rise on your own, but holding you steady in His peace. As the night deepens, breathe slowly. Feel His strength covering the places that feel empty. Feel His presence gently supporting what you can no longer hold. You do not have to rise tonight. You do not have to figure out tomorrow. Rest in the truth that He is carrying the parts of you that feel too weak to stand. When your heart feels drained, He becomes the strength of your heart. When your body feels tired, He becomes your rest. When your thoughts feel scattered, He becomes your calm. His strength doesn't overshadow you, it becomes a shelter around you. Whisper gently, "Your strength is my strength," and let that truth settle deep into your spirit. Tonight, you are safe to rest. God is strong for you. God will give you rest. There is a kind of tiredness that sleep alone cannot fix, the kind that settles deep beneath your thoughts, into the quiet places of your soul. You can feel physically exhausted yet still awake inside, carrying burdens that refuse to loosen, replaying moments you wish you could change, worrying about things you cannot control. Jesus knew this kind of weariness, and that is why He said, "You will find rest for your souls." Not shallow rest, but soul-deep rest. Soul rest is the quiet that comes when you no longer have to hold yourself together. It is the relief of knowing you are not alone with your fears. It is the peace of handing over the weight you were never meant to carry. Tonight, Jesus invites you into that rest, not by trying harder, but by letting go. Imagine His presence settling around you like soft light, easing the tension in your chest and slowing the thoughts that rush through your mind. Every worry tries to keep you awake, but His voice speaks gently above them. "Come to me." You don't have to earn this rest. You don't have to deserve it. You simply receive it. Let the day fall away now. Let the unfinished tasks, the conversation still echoing in your mind, the uncertainties about tomorrow, all of it, rest in His hands. His rest is not an escape. It is a refuge, a place where your soul can breathe again. As your breathing softens, feel the gentle uncoiling of the stress you've held. Feel your heartbeat ease. Feel your spirit quiet beneath His comfort. Jesus is not far away. He sits with you in this moment, calming what has been restless, soothing what has felt shaken, and giving rest where your heart has needed it most. Tonight, you do not need to be strong. You do not need to fix anything. You do not need to have answers. You are allowed to rest, fully, safely, deeply, in the presence of the one who loves you without condition. Take a slow breath and whisper, "My soul rests in you." Let those words settle into every weary place. Allow His peace to fill the spaces emptied by worry. Let His rest carry you into sleep like a gentle tide. Tonight, may your soul find the rest Jesus promised, the rest that reaches deeper than sleep and lasts longer than fear. God will guide your steps. There is a quiet truth woven through Scripture, a truth that settles the restless parts of your heart. You are not walking through life unguided. You plan, you choose, you imagine where you want to go. But beneath every decision, every turn, every uncertainty, God is gently establishing your steps. In their hearts, Humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. His guidance is not loud or forceful. It is steady, patient, and profoundly tender. Some days, life feels like a maze. You try to make the right choices, to understand what comes next, to avoid mistakes that might lead you somewhere difficult. You carry the pressure of trying to control outcomes, prevent losses, and secure the future. But tonight, God whispers a calmer truth. You don't have to navigate every path alone. You don't have to see the whole journey to walk it. You don't have to fear the unknown when the one who knows everything is already beside you. Imagine his hand resting lightly over yours, not pushing, not pulling, but guiding. When the path bends unexpectedly, he is there. When the road ahead looks unclear, he is already preparing the ground. When you take a step that feels uncertain, his grace steadies you. Not one part of your journey surprises him. Not one detour is wasted. Not one moment of confusion is unseen. Tonight, allow that truth to release the tension you've been holding. Let go of the need to control every detail, every outcome, every possibility. Control exhausts the mind, but trust brings peace. God's guidance is not limited by your fears or your mistakes. He leads you with wisdom, far deeper than anything you could orchestrate. Feel the weight lift as you acknowledge that you don't have to have everything figured out before you sleep. You simply rest, knowing the God who watches over you also orders your steps. He goes before you, stands beside you, and remains behind you all at once. You are surrounded by guidance. As your breathing slows and your body softens, whisper gently, "Guide me, Lord." Let the words settle into your spirit like a warm blanket. Trust that every step you take, even the uncertain ones, are being aligned with divine care. Tonight, rest in the comfort of his direction. You are not lost. You are being led. God is near to your broken places. There are places in your heart that few people know about. The quiet wounds, the old disappointments, the private griefs you carry silently. They don't show on your face. You've learned to keep moving, to stay strong, to smile, even when something inside you still aches. But God sees every hidden place. Nothing in you is overlooked. Nothing is too small, too old, or too complicated for his healing touch. He heals the brokenhearted. These words are not poetry. They are a promise. God does not rush your healing. He does not demand that you move on before your heart is ready. He does not tell you to forget the pain or pretend it never happened. Instead, he draws near with compassion, deeper than anything this world can offer. He sits with you in your sorrow. He honors your tears. He holds your heart gently, the way a healer touches a wound, with tenderness, not pressure. Tonight, let yourself breathe a little softer. You don't have to be brave right now. You don't have to keep your guard up. The pieces of your heart that feel fragile, bruised, or scattered, they are safe with him. God is not afraid of your brokenness. He moves toward it. He steps into the places where you feel alone, abandoned, or misunderstood, and he whispers comfort your soul has been longing for. Imagine his presence like warm light resting on the most tender parts of you. Light that doesn't burn, but soothes. Light that brings relief. Light that restores slowly, gently, faithfully. Healing is often quiet. It does not always come with sudden change. Sometimes it comes with small, soft moments. Moments when you finally feel safe enough to let go just a little. Moments when you finally allow yourself to rest. Tonight, let him comfort the memories that still sting. The moments that replay in your mind, the fractures no one else notices. He is not far from your broken places. He is nearest to them. And the healing he brings is not shallow. It reaches the deepest places, the places you've tried to protect, the places you've carried alone for too long. As you breathe softly, whisper, "Heal me where I hurt," and allow your heart to rest in the hands of the one who restores every broken piece with love. God knows your silent battles. There are battles you carry that no one else sees, quiet struggles that stay tucked behind your smile, behind your strength, behind the way you move through each day as if nothing is wrong. You fight them silently, sometimes wondering if anyone could truly understand what you're holding inside. But God does. You understand my thoughts from afar. Long before you say a word, He already knows the weight behind your silence. You do not have to explain the ache in your chest, the heaviness in your thoughts, or the exhaustion that settles deep in your spirit. God sees the pressure you hide. He notices the fears you swallow. He understands the prayers you don't have the strength to voice. Nothing in your inner world is hidden from Him. Not the doubts, not the tears, not the questions you're too weary to ask. Tonight, let this truth bring comfort to the places you've kept guarded. You don't have to be understood by everyone to be fully known by God. You don't have to find the perfect words to describe your pain. You don't have to pretend you're okay when your heart feels bruised. God understands the meaning behind every unspoken thought. He reads the language of your silence with perfect clarity. Imagine Him sitting beside you now, not rushing you to speak, not asking you to be stronger, simply being present. His understanding is not distant, it is tender. It reaches the parts of you even you struggle to name. His compassion flows into the quiet corners of your heart, where no one else has ever stepped. Rest tonight, knowing you are not alone in your unseen battles. The strength you need is not something you have to manufacture. It comes from the God who walks with you through every inner storm, who strengthens you quietly when your spirit feels worn, who surrounds you with peace even when your mind feels restless. Let your breath slow. Let the tension leave your shoulders. Allow your heart to soften in the presence of the one who truly knows you. Whisper softly, "You understand me," and feel the relief that comes from being fully seen, fully known, and fully loved. Tonight, your silent battles are held by God, and in His hands you are safe. God's timing is perfect. There are moments when life feels like it's moving too slowly, when prayers seem unanswered, doors remain closed, and dreams feel like they're drifting farther away instead of closer. You look around and wonder why others seem to move forward while you feel stuck. You question whether you've missed something, whether you're too late, or whether God has somehow forgotten you. But Scripture reminds you gently, He has made everything beautiful in its time. Not your time, not someone else's time, His time. With God, delay is not denial. Silence is not abandonment. Waiting is not wasted time. His timing is not random. It is intentional, loving, and filled with wisdom far deeper than anything you could see right now. God is shaping things beyond your view, preparing answers that are not yet ready to be revealed, aligning circumstances that must unfold in perfect harmony. Tonight, let this truth lift the weight from your heart. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not overlooked. You are exactly where you need to be for the season you are in. And God is working, even in the slow, quiet moments that feel empty or unclear. Imagine a seed planted in the soil. Nothing appears to be happening on the surface, but underground, roots are forming, strengthening, spreading. Growth is taking place long before anything becomes visible. In the same way, God is working beneath the surface of your life, building foundations strong enough to carry the blessings He is preparing. His timing is never rushed, because rushed things break. His timing is never slow, because slow things lose their strength. His timing is perfect, crafted with care, designed with purpose, delivered with love. Tonight, breathe deeply and let go of the pressure to force outcomes or hurry what God is still shaping. Release the fear that you're falling behind. Release the worry that you're missing something. God is not withholding blessings. He is preparing them. He is protecting you from less than His best. As your breath softens, whisper gently, "Your timing is perfect." Let those words settle into your soul like a calming wave. Trust that what He makes beautiful will come exactly when it is meant to. Never too soon, never too late. Rest tonight in the rhythm of His perfect time. When you feel overwhelmed, there are moments when life feels like too much, when responsibilities pile higher than your strength, when emotions sit heavy on your chest, when your thoughts race faster than you can catch them. Overwhelm isn't just stress, it is the sensation of being pulled under by things you cannot fully name. And yet, Scripture gives you a place to run. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. You don't have to stand tall in every storm. You don't have to pretend you're fine. You don't have to carry what feels impossible. God invites you to higher ground. Ground where His strength becomes your refuge, where His presence becomes your anchor, where His comfort calms the winds inside you. Overwhelm tells you that you're sinking. God reminds you that He is lifting. You are not drowning, you are being carried. When your heart feels flooded with too many thoughts, too many fears, too many pressures, God becomes the rock that rises above the chaos. He does not push you to climb in your exhaustion. He brings you there gently, step by step, breath by breath, grace by grace. Tonight, imagine yourself stepping out of the waves and onto that solid rock. Imagine the noise settling, the pressure easing, the fear loosening its grip. On that rock, you are no longer fighting to stay afloat. You are held. You are supported. You are safe. God's strength surrounds you like a fortress, higher and stronger than anything that threatens your peace. You may not be able to change everything around you right now, but you can rest in the One who holds everything. When overwhelm rises, so does His nearness. When your heart feels weak, His compassion grows stronger. When the day drains you, His presence restores you. Let your breathing slow. Let your shoulders soften. Let your spirit lean into the God who lifts you higher than your worries, higher than your stress, higher than every shifting circumstance. Whisper gently, "Lead me to the rock," and feel the ground beneath your soul steadying. Tonight, you are not alone in your overwhelm. God stands above the storm, inviting you into safety, inviting you to rest, to breathe, and to let His strength rise where yours has reached its end. God will never leave you. There is a quiet fear many hearts carry, the fear of being left alone. Life teaches you that people change, seasons shift, and even the closest relationships can drift with time. You've known the ache of distance, the sting of disappointment, the silence that follows when someone who once stayed no longer does. But God speaks a promise that stands firm through every season, every change, every valley. I will never leave you, nor forsake you. His presence is not fragile. His love does not waver. His nearness is not dependent on circumstances. You may have walked through moments when you felt abandoned by life, by people, even by hope itself. Yet God never stepped away. In your hardest nights, He was beside you. In your silent tears, He held you. In your confusion and fear, He whispered reassurance into the deepest parts of your soul. You may not have noticed His presence, but He never left. Not for a heartbeat, not for a breath, not for a moment. Tonight, let this truth rest over you like a warm blanket. You are not navigating the darkness alone. You are not lying in silence without a listener. You are not carrying the weight of life with no one to steady you. The God who formed you, who knows you, who loves you without condition, remains closer than your own breath. His presence does not fade with your emotions. His faithfulness is not affected by your fears. His love is not shaken by your weaknesses. Imagine His presence filling the room now. Not loud, not overwhelming, but steady and gentle. A presence that warms the cold places in your heart, that softens the tension in your chest, that quiets the thoughts that whisper, "You are alone." You are not. You never have been. You never will be. Let your breathing slow as you sink into this truth. Feel your spirit being steadied by the one who stays. When people come and go, He remains. When circumstances change, He remains. When you falter or fear or fall, He remains. Whisper softly, "You are with me always." And let the comfort of those words settle deep into your soul. Rest tonight in the presence of a God who never walks away, never grows distant, and never stops holding you close. God gives wisdom. Life brings moments when choices weigh heavily on your heart. Crossroads where each path seems uncertain. Decisions that carry consequences you cannot fully see. Questions that linger even after all your thinking is done. You want to do what is right, what is wise, what is best, yet clarity feels just beyond reach. In those moments, God offers a promise that quiets the pressure. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God. He does not leave you to navigate life alone. He gives wisdom freely, generously, compassionately. Wisdom from God is not rushed. It is not chaotic. It does not confuse you or fill you with fear. His wisdom brings peace. It steadies your thoughts. It aligns your heart with what is good and true. It gently lights the next step, even when you cannot see the whole road ahead. Tonight, let the weight of needing all the answers slip from your shoulders. You don't need to solve everything before you sleep. You don't need to figure out the future in the quiet of this night. God's wisdom is not something you must earn through effort or intelligence. It is something He gives because He loves you. Imagine His wisdom like a soft light rising slowly in your mind. Not bright enough to overwhelm you, but warm enough to guide you. It touches the decisions that trouble you, the questions you've been carrying, the uncertainties you're afraid to voice. Feel that light easing the knots in your thoughts, bringing clarity where there was confusion, bringing calm where there was tension. God knows every detail you cannot see. He knows the outcomes before you choose. He knows the hidden dangers, the unseen blessings, the timing you cannot predict. When you ask Him for wisdom, you are leaning into the one who sees the whole picture, the one who guides without error, the one who protects your path with perfect love. As your breath softens and your mind settles, let His wisdom begin to shape your thoughts, not with pressure, but with peace. Tonight, you can rest, knowing that guidance is already on its way. Your next steps are not left to chance. They are held in the hands of a God who directs you with care. Whisper gently, "Give me wisdom, Lord," and allow that request to sink deep into your spirit. He hears you, He guides you, and He will lead you exactly where you need to go. He gives you a new heart. There are seasons when your heart feels older than your years, when disappointment lingers like a shadow, when fatigue seeps deeper than sleep can reach, when old wounds still echo with aches you thought had faded. Life has a way of wearing down even the strongest hearts. But God speaks a promise that reaches far beneath the surface. "I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you." His renewal is not shallow. It is deep, transformative, and lasting. A new heart is not simply a refreshed emotion or a temporary wave of motivation. It is God restoring what has been bruised, softening what is hardened, reviving what has grown weary. It is Him breathing life into places you thought were beyond repair. Where you feel numb, He brings tenderness. Where you feel tired, He brings strength. Where you feel wounded, He brings healing that reaches to the core. Tonight, you don't need to pretend that everything is fine. You don't have to hold your heart together with your own hands. Let yourself acknowledge the parts that feel worn or fragile. Let yourself be honest about the places that ache. God does not meet the version of you that is polished and strong. He meets the real you, the soul that needs renewal. Imagine him approaching your heart not with force, but with gentleness. Picture his hands touching the tired places, the hardened places, the places you've guarded for years. His touch brings warmth where there has been coldness, softness where there has been tension, new life where there has been fading strength. He does not rush the process. Renewal is tender, patient, and infused with his perfect love. As you breathe slowly tonight, feel the heaviness begin to lift. Feel your spirit loosening, your thoughts quieting, your heart opening just enough for God to work within it. You don't have to know how he will renew you. You simply allow it. His spirit will restore what has been drained. His love will fill what is emptied. His presence will refresh what has fallen dull. Whisper softly, "Renew me, Lord," and let those words settle gently over your soul. Tonight, rest in the promise of a God who rebuilds, restores, and breathes new life into hearts that no longer remember how to hope. You are safe in his hands. There is a deep comfort in knowing you are held, truly held, by hands that never tremble, never weaken, never loosen their grip. Jesus speaks this promise with unwavering certainty. No one will snatch them out of my hand. His hands are stronger than fear, wider than your worries, and more faithful than every changing season of your life. Tonight, let this truth settle over you like a warm blanket. You are safe in his hands. You may have walked through moments when life felt uncertain, times when anxiety whispered that you might slip, fall, or lose everything you've worked so hard to hold together. Times when darkness felt close, and you wondered if you were strong enough to make it through. But God reminds you that your safety does not depend on your grip. It depends on his. His hands hold galaxies in place, yet they hold your heart with gentleness. His hands carried the cross, yet they carry your burdens without strain. His hands shaped creation, yet they shape your life with tenderness and intention. Nothing, no fear, no enemy, no mistake, no thought, no failure can pull you from the hands that formed you. Tonight, imagine his hands around you. Not clenched, not forceful, just steady and sure. Feel the peace that comes when you are no longer fighting to hold on. Feel the relief of knowing you cannot fall out of his care. Even when you feel unstable, his grip is not. Even when your emotions shift, his hold remains. You are not lost. You are not drifting. You are not unprotected. You are held, fully, securely, eternally, in the hands of Jesus. Let the tension in your body soften as you rest in this truth. Let the thoughts that trouble you settle. Let your spirit breathe deeply in the safety of his presence. You are not lying down alone tonight. You are resting in the hands of the one who has never failed you and never will. As your breathing slows, whisper softly, "I am held by you." Let those words become a gentle anchor for your heart, an anchor stronger than fear, deeper than doubt, and steadier than anything you face. Tonight, may this truth cradle your soul into peaceful sleep. You are safe. You are protected. You are held by God himself. God knows your tears. There is something sacred about tears, those quiet drops that fall when words are not enough, when emotions spill past the barriers you tried to hold them behind. Tears reveal the deepest parts of your heart, the places you rarely share, the ache you often keep hidden. And Scripture offers a tender truth. You have collected all my tears. Not one tear has slipped by unnoticed. Not one has been ignored. God keeps them because each one carries a piece of your story, your pain, your longing, your hope. You may have cried alone, behind closed doors, in the darkness of your room, in moments when you felt no one could understand what you were going through, but you were never unseen. God was there, closer than your breath, gathering each tear with compassion, deeper than any human comfort. Your sorrow is not small to him. Your grief is not insignificant. Your tears matter because you matter. Tonight, let this truth soothe the tender places inside you. God does not rush you past your pain. He does not tell you to toughen up or hide your emotions. He honors your tears as expressions of your heart. They are not signs of weakness. They are evidence of love, of hope, of caring so much that your soul needed to release the weight. And God holds each one with gentleness. Imagine him beside you now, not asking you to explain, not pressuring you to stop crying, but simply being present. His presence wraps around your hurting places like soft light, warm enough to comfort, gentle enough not to overwhelm. He knows the story behind every tear you've shed, the disappointment, the heartbreak, the exhaustion, the fear, the longing for something different. And he keeps them because nothing in your heart is insignificant to him. Let your breath slow as you take this truth in. You don't have to pretend you're okay. You don't have to hide what hurts. You don't have to carry your sorrow alone. God has seen every tear that fell silently. Every tear you wiped away quickly. Every tear you were ashamed to shed. And each one was precious to him. Whisper softly, "You see my tears." And allow the comfort of that truth to rest over your spirit like a gentle blanket. Tonight, your sorrow is held. Your heart is seen. And your tears are gathered by the God who loves you deeply. God is your peace. Peace is not simply the absence of problems, noise, or worries. It is the presence of Jesus, steady, unwavering, and unbroken. Scripture reminds you gently, for he himself is our peace. Not just the giver of peace, not just the promise of peace, but peace itself. When your thoughts swirl and your emotions feel tense, he becomes the quiet place your heart longs to rest in. You may have spent much of your life trying to create peace by fixing situations, avoiding conflict, organizing your world, or trying to keep everything under control. But true peace doesn't come from perfect circumstances. It comes from a perfect Savior whose presence settles the storm inside you. Tonight, release the pressure to calm yourself by your own strength. You don't need to silence every thought or solve every uncertainty. Allow Jesus to be your peace, the steady ground beneath your feet, the soft voice that quiets your fears, the gentle presence that fills the room where you rest. Imagine his peace settling over your mind like a warm blanket. Feel the tension begin to loosen in your shoulders, your jaw, your chest. His peace does not rise and fall with your emotions. It does not depend on how strong you feel. It is constant, faithful, and deeper than any temporary calm the world can offer. When your heart feels unsettled, he draws near. When your thoughts race, he speaks gently. When anxiety tries to take hold, his presence becomes the anchor that grounds you. Peace is not something he forces on you. It is something he invites you to rest in. Take a slow breath and picture the restlessness inside you softening as his peace fills every corner of your heart. Let the worries that clung to you throughout the day begin to fall away. Jesus is here, closer than your breath, offering a peace that does not break when life becomes difficult. You don't have to earn this quiet. You don't have to fight for stillness. You simply receive it, because he is peace and he is with you. As your body sinks deeper into rest, whisper softly, "You are my peace." Let those words flow through you like a calming river. Let his presence carry you into a night of deep, lasting tranquility. Tonight, May you rest in the peace that only Jesus can give, the peace that holds you, calms you, and stays with you until morning. When you are afraid of the future, there is something about the future that can make even the strongest heart tremble. Not because you are weak, but because the unknown is wide and deep, filled with questions you cannot yet answer. You imagine possibilities, you try to prepare, and you hold quiet fears about what tomorrow might bring. But Scripture gives you a picture gentler than fear, God holding your hand. For I, the Lord your God, will hold your right hand. This is not distant comfort, it is near, present, attentive. It is God walking beside you into every tomorrow, not letting you take a single step alone. Tonight, let that truth sink deeper than your fear. You don't need to predict the future. You don't need to control it. You don't need to have everything figured out before you sleep. God is already in the days ahead. He sees what you cannot see yet. He prepares paths you didn't know you would need. He strengthens you for challenges you haven't met. And most of all, He holds your hand, not loosely, not occasionally, but faithfully. Imagine His hand in yours now, not forcing, not pulling, but guiding with gentle confidence. Feel the way your chest loosens when you realize you are not stepping into uncertainty alone. Feel how the fear begins to soften when you picture Him beside you, matching His steps with yours, leading you with wisdom and love. You don't have to fear what's coming tomorrow, next month, or next year. God's promise is not that life will be predictable. His promise is that you will never face a single moment without Him. Nothing ahead is stronger than the hand that holds you. Nothing unknown is greater than the one who already knows. Let your breathing slow as you release your grip on the fears you've been carrying. Let them slip through your fingers. Let God's presence settle over you like a weighted blanket, grounding you, steadying you, comforting you. Tonight, whisper gently, "You hold my hand." Let that phrase quiet your thoughts. Let it become the lullaby that guides you toward rest. Let it be the truth that follows you into sleep, reminding you that God will meet you in every tomorrow, just as faithfully as He meets you now. Rest in His nearness. Rest in His guidance. Rest in the hand that will never let go. The blessing of rest. Rest is not simply the absence of activity. It is the presence of God. True rest begins where striving ends, where the noise of the world fades, and where your soul remembers that you are held. My presence will go with you, and I will give you rest. These words are not a wish, they are a promise spoken by the one who knows your exhaustion more deeply than anyone else. You have carried so much today. Responsibilities, decisions, emotions you didn't express out loud. Your mind has worked hard, your heart has stretched far, and your body has felt the weight of every hour. But now, the day is over. The world grows quieter, and God invites you into something sacred, the blessing of rest. Rest is not something you must deserve. It is not something you must fight for. It is not something you must explain. It is a gift, pure, gentle, freely given. God lays it before you like cool water after a long journey, offering renewal without condition. His rest is soft but strong, calming but powerful, peaceful but full of life. Tonight, imagine His presence settling around you like a warm blanket. Feel the tension slowly leaving your shoulders. Feel the way your chest softens as your breath grows deeper. Feel the way your thoughts begin to quiet as His peace surrounds you. He does not rush you into rest. He leads you into it, slowly, tenderly, lovingly. Rest is healing. Rest is holy. Rest is God's way of restoring what the day has drained. You do not have to hold everything together right now. You do not have to stay alert or strong or brave. God holds you. His presence goes with you into every moment of your night, into every breath you take, into every corner of your mind that has felt restless or unsettled. Let Him give you rest. Let Him calm the places within you that feel tight, weary, or overburdened. Let tonight be a sacred pause, a gentle unfolding, a quiet surrender into His peace. As you breathe, whisper softly, "Your rest fills me." Feel the blessing of those words settling inside you. Feel God's presence steadying your spirit. Feel your soul begin to drift into the rest He lovingly prepared for you. Let go now. Rest deeply. Rest in Him. The eternal morning. There is a promise woven through Scripture, a promise soft as dawn and steady as eternity. There shall be no more night. These words whisper to you of a future far brighter than anything you've known. A morning is coming, a morning that will never dim or fade, a morning where sorrow has no voice and fear has no shadow. It is the eternal morning, held safely in the hands of God. Tonight, as you settle into rest, let this promise wrap around your heart. You live in a world where night exists, where pain lingers, where tears fall, where uncertainty touches the edges of your days. But this world is not the final chapter. This night is not the final night. There is a light ahead that no darkness can challenge, a sunrise that never moves backward, a joy that never erodes with time. God is preparing a place where every wound is healed, every question is answered, and every ache finds comfort. A place where you will be fully whole, spirit, heart, and mind. A place where rest is not temporary, but eternal. A place where His presence is not something you feel briefly, but something you live within forever. Tonight, sleep with that hope resting gently on your chest. Let the thought of eternal morning ease the heaviness of your present burdens. The God who promises no more night is the same God who watches over you now, the same God who sits beside your bed, the same God who quiets your fears and holds your future with unwavering love. Let your breath slow. Let your thoughts soften. Let the promise of forever morning wash over you like warm light rising over calm waters. You are moving toward a future where peace does not flicker, where joy does not break, where God's presence fills every moment like a perfect sunrise. As you rest, whisper softly, "Your light awaits me." Let those words settle into the deepest parts of you. Let them steady your heart. Let them guide you into sleep. Not with fear, but with expectation. Not with worry, but with quiet hope. You are held by the God of eternity. You are safe in the one who ends all night. And as you drift now into gentle rest, remember, the eternal morning is already written, already promised, already yours. Sleep in that hope. Sleep in His peace.